Hello, one and all. We're about 1 minute before 12, so we should be seeing people show up here in about a minute. I'm very excited for today's live chat. Can't wait to see some people coming in. All right. Hello to everyone joining. It's so good to have you all here. All right. I hope everyone can hear me okay. If there are any issues hearing me or seeing me, just go ahead, drop that in the chat and let me know. These lights are so bright. There we go. All right, seeing lots of people. Oh, we had some people leave. Come back. All right. They're coming back. If they're anything like me, they were probably having technical issues. Every single one of my devices lately has just been not operating as it should be. All right. I saw more people, so I'm going to give them a few more minutes to get in here. All right. So, if this is your first time joining one of our lives, welcome. My name is Jatana Mims, and I am the Director of Success for OurPact. And what we're doing here today is one of our monthly live chats where we reach out to our community. We offer you some help on just various topics with OurPact, but then we are also here to answer any of your questions. We want to extend this resource so that our community can engage with us, so that we can engage with you, because we want to hear from our families who use OurPact. So this is something that we've recently started. I believe this is our third live chat. So we're still getting used to things. We're still learning our way around things here. But this has been really fun. It's been a great way, like I said, to engage with the community. And so if you are here with us today, thank you so much for coming. We want to make these nice and short and quick and fun. So any questions you have, go ahead, feel free to drop them in the chat at any time. And then at the end of our chat today, at the end of talking about OurPact today, then I'll go ahead and answer those questions. So if you have any, just pop them in there whenever you think about them, whenever they come to you. All right, so I'm going to give, okay, we have our people back. So I'm going to give everyone a couple more minutes to join in while I get my little slideshow set up. If you are just now joining us and you missed my introduction, my name is Jatana. I am the Director of Success for OurPact. And so what that means is that my whole job is making sure that our families, our community that uses OurPact is as successful as possible. So I want to give all of you the resources that you need to successfully incorporate OurPact into your parenting tools. We know that if you are choosing a parenting tool, that you want to integrate it seamlessly into your life. And that's what we think OurPact can do. And that's why we're here once a month to help answer those questions, to help you use OurPact the most effective way for managing your children's devices. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me pull up my presentation as I don't have anything ready. And today we are going to be talking about pairing with OurPact. I know that this is a big question for a lot of parents because when you pair your kiddo's device, you do have to use a computer. And I know that that seems daunting. I totally get that. But I promise we have made the process as easy as possible so that you can get started managing your child's device right away. So here we go. Gonna share my screen with you now. All right. So, like I said, we have designed our pairing process to be as easy as possible. Yes, it does involve using a computer, but that process should take 2 minutes as long as you have everything set up correctly. So, one of the questions that we get from a lot of parents is, why do we need to use a computer? Um, and the reason why we have to use a computer is because the type of management that we install is not able to be installed remotely or wirelessly or, just by downloading a separate app onto your child's device. We have a deeper connection with the device that allows more advanced management. And because of that, we do require a computer. However, like I said, our process we've tried to make as easy as possible um, so that you can get managing your child's device as quickly as possible. The other great thing about our Connect application, which is our pairing application, is that once your child's device is paired, it is fully compatible with either Android or iOS. No matter what your parent device is or what your child's device is, everything is cross compatible. Um, My slideshow is running so slowly today. I told you, see, none of my technology is working correctly. Let's see here. There we go. So I did go into why we need OurPact Connect, and that is just to establish that deeper connection with your child's device. So what will you actually need for pairing? You will need your child's device in hand, as well as a charging cable. So we recommend using the factory cable that came with the device, and you will also need a computer as well. The computer needs to be either a Mac running Catalina or higher, or if you're using a PC, Windows 10 or higher. And you will also need to have your child's device passcode if they have one set up. We do not require your child's passcode. You will not give OurPact that information. You'll just need their passcode because during the installation process, the device will restart. And so you'll need that passcode just to open it up again. So there are a couple of tips that'll make this pairing go very, very smoothly. So this is very similar to doing an update on your phone, right? So the first thing you do want to check for is if there are any pending updates that could disrupt the installation. So just go into the menu, see if there are any pending OS updates, or even if there are any apps that have pending updates, go ahead and take care of those before you start the pairing process. You'll also want to use a USB port directly on your machine rather than using a USB hub. Now, we know that a lot of Macs now, especially, don't offer that traditional USB anymore. So if you have to use a USB hub, you can still be successful with the Connect application. We just suggest that if you have a traditional USB available, that you use that instead. And then also, like I said earlier, using the device's data cable. If you can use the factory cable, that will ensure that you are using the correct cable. And then you'll also just want to make sure that there is a backup created of your child's device. So most settings, this backup will automatically be created. I know that we all typically have automatic backups on, so you just want to make sure that a recent backup has been saved on your child's device. And then again, you're going to want to make sure that there is available storage. OurPact requires very little storage, but just like when you do an update, you have to have some available storage. So you'll want to make sure that there is available storage on your child's device. Then there are specific iOS things. So we require that you turn Find My Phone off only during the installation process, and then you can turn it right back on once your kiddo's device is paired. So if Find My Phone is grayed out in your child's iOS settings, it's probably because you have stolen device protection turned on. So you'll want to go in, turn that off, and then you should be able to turn Find My Phone off. And then also, if you are using a Windows computer, you'll need to have iTunes installed on the computer, which will create the connection to your child's iOS device. Make sure you're running the most up-to-date version of iTunes, which you can find on the Apple website. And then for Android devices, you're going to want to make sure that you have Family Link disabled. If you are currently using Family Link, unfortunately, it's not compatible with OurPact's management, so you won't be able to use Family Link and OurPact at the same time. The other thing you'll want to make sure is that while you're pairing the device, that the Google accounts on the device are signed out, and then you can sign right back into them once the device has been paired. So to get started with pairing, you're going to download our Connect application. You can download it directly from our website. You'll find several prompts on the ourpact.com website to download or get started with pairing, or you can go directly to app.ourpact.com to download Connect. Once you go to the Connect page, you'll be prompted to download the correct version for your specific computer. So if you have a Mac or a Windows, you'll download the appropriate version. Once Connect has been downloaded and opened on your computer, you'll see this menu. So by default, the top will be set to pair. You will only need Connect twice, and that is to pair your child's device with management, and then when you're ready to be done with management, you'll use Connect to remove it as well. Other than that, you won't need Connect. So if you want to download it just to pair your child's device and then delete it until you need to remove management, that's completely fine. So once you have selected pair, you'll choose the correct device option, either iOS and Android, and click Next. At this point, you'll be prompted to sign in to your account. And so this will ensure that your child's device is properly paired to your account. Management cannot be removed without your sign-in credentials as well. So make sure that whatever your account information is, that your child does not know that, so they won't be able to remove management. Then you'll be prompted to connect your child's device to the computer. The Connect application, you've told the Connect application whether you're running pairing an iOS phone or an Android phone. So at this point, it's going to give you specific instructions for iOS or Android. So right now, let's look at an iOS device. So it's going to prompt you to turn Find My Phone off. And the steps on the screen will walk you through that. Again, if you reach Find My Phone and it's grayed out, make sure that you have stolen device protection turned off. Once you turn Find My Phone off, you'll be asked to trust the computer. You may receive this prompt as soon as you plug the device in. So if you get to this part of the flow and you don't see this screen, you've probably already allowed trust from your device to the computer. And then our next slide is going to pull up. There we go. So now let's look at some Android specific instructions. So instead of turning off Find My Phone, we need you to enable USB debugging. Our instructions here on the Connect application will walk you through where to find that. However, if you have any issues finding USB debugging and turning that on, we do have a help article in our knowledge base library that has device specific instructions. Because all Android devices are just a little bit different, it will look a little bit different on each phone, but we do have those device specific instructions in our support library. And same thing here with the Android, you'll be asked to trust the computer. Again, this may be a prompt that you get as soon as you plug in your child's device. So if you don't see it right here, that's okay as well. So once you've trusted the computer, then you will be asked to assign the device to a child profile. So you can see here on the screen that I have some existing child profiles. You can assign as many devices to one child profile as you want. So I could either choose an existing child profile or I could create a new one. So I've created a new one here and I'll enter my child's name. And then you'll see our data and privacy policy. We only store the least amount of data to provide you accurate management. We run very data lean and we do not sell your privacy to any third-party providers. So your privacy is one of our highest priorities and we do take that very seriously. Tamper-proofing is something that will be installed on child iOS devices. It just prevents your child from being able to remove the management and profile from their device settings. By default, all iOS devices will be paired with tamper-proofing, but if you don't want to pair the device with tamper-proofing, you can click the Learn More link and opt out of that. So once you've clicked continue, the Connect application now is going to take you through all of the steps. So it will show you on the screen what's happening and then give you the additional steps to complete pairing. So once it goes through everything on the computer, you'll install the management profile on your child's device by following the steps. And then you'll see a success screen. It really is that easy. It only takes 2 minutes. And so once the device has been successfully paired, then you can start managing it right away. You'll have access in your parent app to all of our Premium Plus features. They will all be available to use right away. So just a reminder of all of the amazing features that we do offer when your child's device has been paired with the Connect application. For Android child devices, it is not possible to manage that device without pairing it with a computer. For iOS child devices, we do have a non-computer option. However, the management features that you get are incredibly limited to schedules and allowance. So you really are going to get the best experience with OurPact by pairing with our Easy Connect application. So as always, we encourage you to visit us on our socials, reach out to us, let us know your experience with OurPact, ask us your questions. And we are everywhere now, including here on YouTube. And we genuinely do want to hear from you. So that's everything we have for pairing. I am looking at our chat and I don't see any questions. So I'll give everyone one more minute to possibly put any questions in there. Otherwise, I can just start answering random questions. I guess my favorite color is yellow. No. Thank you for those of you who did join us today. Like I said, this is something new that we're doing. We're still getting our feet underneath us, but this is something really exciting because we want to hear from the families who use OurPact. We want to hear your successes. We want to hear how you think we could be doing things better. But in general, we want to be a good resource to your family. We want to help you find a balance between screen time and family time in your home. So I'm checking one more time. I don't see any questions in the chat, which means that I either did an incredibly great job already answering all of your questions, or the Connect application really does make pairing that easy, so there are no questions. Either way, we'll go ahead and end it today. Again, thank you so much for joining us. This is a monthly event that we will be doing. You can check our website at www.ourpact.com, and it will have the dates for future live chats. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out at support.ourpact.com. You can let them know that you watched a YouTube video with some crazy lady with curly hair. If you have any specific questions for me or my support team can answer any questions that you may have. Thank you again, and we hope to see you at a different stream. Bye, everyone.